Okay, so VOD watchers. I totally spilled water right before the stream started. Like pretty badly. So usually whenever the stream starts, I have a sip of water, right? Mostly to help with my speaking. I somehow miscalculated the where my water was. I guess I wasn't looking and I just spilled the thing all over my desk. It's a good thing I always put my food and drink behind me though, so that's my PC is totally safe. It's okay. Yeah, I planned at least for that. Speaking of water, let me take a drink. I don't learn my lesson. Anyways, we're back. Welcome back. So, I did a couple of things off camera. It was mostly just cleaning up the area. And I did establish a kind of direction of what I want the rest of the playthrough to look like in terms of... I mean, it's not really much to call it. You can't really say base design, right? It's just simple gray and black patterns. But I did pretty much clean it up. Oh, and also I updated to 2.8.1. So I don't know what broke, but we'll see. So this is the general area. I don't know how wide this is, and I don't know how long this is, but this is kind of the area. And I'm thinking of keeping it like this for now. I know I said I wanted to expand both of these directions, but I'm not really going to do that. Instead, I'm going to do away with most of the separation. So I'm still going to have this little pattern here where I have like 3 blocks of space behind a machine, and then the longest machine basically dictates where the next row of machines is going to go. So at least there's still some organization like that, right? But you'll see here for things like this, for example, let me show you here. Behind the component ass line, look at all the space, right? The previous, my previous rules was that I can't build anything here because that's not the, because that's where these machines go, right? And the next machine would go behind the longest one. So pretty much all I'm trying to say is that I'm going to change how I do that and just cram machines in between everywhere. And basically wherever I can find the space is going to be a machine. That way I won't really have to expand outside. That's kind of what I was thinking. And I also like did the border around the entire area, even the B. Yeah, the B is accounted for. And this way it's going to be a little more compact, a lot more spaghetti, and that's how I like to play, honestly. I like to just cram things together and try to figure out the most compact way to do things. At some point I will get rid of the original water line because we don't need this anymore. That's just something I was thinking about. So, hey Christian. I was just kind of talking about my what I did off camera. I also updated to 2.1 like I mentioned, and I don't know what broke. I don't like... I'm going to keep it there. Actually, I don't know. Let me take that off. I don't like that. The history thing. It's inventory. History panel. I'm going to disable it for now. Yeah, okay. It's been a while. All right. How you doing? We're still, as you can see, we're still kicking it with GT and AG. I've been streaming a lot more often. Instead of the 2 days a week thing, I'm kind of basically streaming every day except for 2 days. I'm getting pregnant again. I've never heard it like that, but okay. Okay, so the last major thing we got was unlocking crafting input buffers. I crafted a little bit more off camera, but I think the whole idea is to get our base to the point where we can craft this so much more. That's what I said last time, but I'm thinking what we want is for the UHV capacitor. The only problem with this is that we can craft it, but it's all buffers. And I did try to like spot craft it with like random things here and there, like a couple of palladium ingots and a lot of these 1200 neural processing units, things like that, right? but it takes forever. This is such an expensive craft. So I'm thinking the next phase of our progression is getting our base to the point where we can craft this UHV capacitor. And in between, we're naturally going to get better at crafting input buffers. Well, that's the whole idea. You're going to start with the new playthrough, Christian? You returning to 2.8 or starting over from scratch? What about handcrafting? What do you mean? Let me check here. Okay. So, just handcraft the stuff you need. What are you talking about? Oh, like put every single thing in the machine by myself? No AE2? I got you. Maybe it is faster, and that's a secret that we've all been missing, right? So one of the first things I've noticed, like one of the bigger issues, you'll see here, raw crystal chip parts. I don't think we really need this anymore. I mean, we probably do, but it's such an old setup that I have. I completely forgot about it. This thing has been around since like LUV or whenever you started needing this. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. And I'll show you exactly what it is. So this is a recursive setup. So you can't really craft this. Like I don't have a recipe for it because it's recursive. Because you need this to make the crystal chips, but you also need the crystal chips to make those back. So what I have, a very old setup was this. It's literally just this. It's just a forge hammer that breaks them down. And then we have a level emitter somewhere that crafts these raw crystal chips, I believe. Yeah, we have a level emitter that does this. So it kind of just consumes those with europium to do that recipe. This one over here. But our problem, I've noticed, I was trying to craft 50 crafting input buffers, and we can. Like, we totally can, but I think what had happened, this recipe failed because we actually ate all of our crystal chip parts, which means this broke because I wasn't able to craft any more of these crystal chips to get more. So, two options is to scale this up or finally move to something else. And they're mostly used to make these wetware processors. If I try to craft 1,000, that's where they are consumed. But this is such an outdated recipe as well, because we can totally make this cheaper. Because right now we're making them like this, I think. Yeah, we're not even using opticals yet, which I should craft. So one way is like this, one way is like this, and the other one is like this, using other things. So this is probably what I want to do next. Which brings me to another point. Circuit ass lines. We can start upgrading them to UEV. We have a bunch of energy hatches waiting for us here. Epoxid. Man, I have not seen epoxid in so long. It's one of those things that just kind of exists and I forget about it. But luckily, everything I've needed for it, like it, we have it passive. I honestly don't know where. I think it's one of these machines. One of these old guys, which are going to break soon because I never pay attention to them. I don't know. A lot of machines that I forget about. But I think one of the first things I want to do is fix up our circuit ass lines. And I can totally just add more of them right here. I think that's the first step I'll do. So, what is stopping me from adding a whole bunch of them? Not a lot, right? I can totally, like, this is what I mean. My previous rules for building like multi-blocks was just this. But I just ignore my rules and keep expanding, then that would work. So circuit crafting is definitely like something that is a bottleneck. So this is what I want to do. Right now, we have 4 different circuits crafting. We have, I believe this one is LUV, wetware, I don't even know. But we have multiple of them. And there's a 5th one back here. So I want to move the 5th one over here, and then we can expand. I want at least 4 of them. 4 circuit crafters doing this. I think that'd be pretty cool. So we'll try that. So I don't know what this guy's doing. Or this guy. What are you doing? So this one does europium. You're going to passive it? That's pretty good. Man, it's been such a long time I've been in EV. It's funny to think about, like, I'm all the way out here in UEV. But when I was in EV, I had no idea what any of the stuff in UEV was about. But now that I'm so far out of here, it's the opposite. I don't remember any of the early stuff. It's been that long. I forgot everything. So what are you doing? I think this is the one that makes hydrochloric acid, right? Can't even tell what you do. Oh. Okay, hydrochloric acid, it is you. I'm not going to blow up my base. So this also brings me to another point. Hydrochloric acid, I can just level maintain it. I don't know if I have a cell for it though. Hang on, let me check. I'm pretty sure I do. We're too far out to be blowing up our entire base and starting over. No. I'm here until the end of the pack. We do have hydrochloric acid. So I'm going to level maintain it and then rip apart that system. And also we have a bunch of these things. Lots of things are stored here. And there's probably a lot of control that I need to deal with, but I don't really, I'm not really worried about it until later. This guy doesn't have anything. So this is really just for bulk storage. Anything with the word dust in it, in the or dictionary name, is going to store here. And also anything with gem. And then anything else that I ask of it, like coins, for example, or honeydew, sure. Okay, so our new and fancy hydrochloric acid, or new and fancy not hydrochloric, but this guy, level maintainer. That's what I was trying to say. I'm gonna put 1 billion, and then I want you to make in batches of 1 million. I want you to maintain hydrochloric acid, and that means I can tear apart that system over there. This one, you no longer need to exist. And instead, you're going to be space for the circuit ass line, the 5th one that I had. That one over there. That way, they're all in order, and it looks a little nicer. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll just lag. Easy, can't lag on me like that. Another thing is to think about moving our power. Replacing our, what do you call it? Our power brick so that they all do the same thing. So one option I can do, it's because right now we're technically on 2 different power systems, right? We have the original one, which is this one. But of course, this one is super outdated. But I think what's going to happen is I'm not going to move this. Instead, I'm going to disconnect this, but give this one the power from the new setup. That way, the Tesla tower still stays like working, but the rest of our base gets the good power that we've transitioned to after a while. And that way it just makes things easier for me to give power, like a lot more power to everything else. Anything that I need to add, for example, circuit ass lines. I think that's what I'm going to do. So what I need to do is figure out how am I going to connect to this guy over here. This one. So what I can do is just barrel straight through. Hopefully I don't hit any kind of wires, but the idea is I'm just going to have a real big wire that goes all the way through. Then I find myself in the back rooms here. Yeah, that way, instead of like shutting down my base and replacing every single laser source and target hatch, then I won't have to deal with that. To me, this makes a little more sense. Actually, I can come off of here because... No, I can't. Never mind. I totally could. So this one has the main power as well. Yes, so I can actually take power from here and then send it back over there. And that way there's just less cables. I'm gonna do that. Instead of going all the way back. Yeah, let's do that. So we want the power from over there, actually. I don't even need these. I can just get the power from there straight over here. Yeah, that's it. That's all we need. Yeah, okay. And then just patch up the walls because nothing happened, right? Yeah, sure. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking of. Laser vacuum pipe. We need a whole bunch of these to just make like 300 or something, sure. And then I did prepare ahead of time with a couple of these, so I'm going to need a source hatch and a target hatch. I think that's it, right? So you would have the target hatch. Yes. But I would disconnect this. But let me make sure that I have enough vacuum pipes for this. The matter manipulator. No. Cable mode. There we go. So I'm just going to plug it in down there. Make things a little easier. Okay, I do have enough. So, pause you for a little bit. Laser source hatch. Yep. Gonna look atrocious, but it's trust, it'll work. Let me paint you actually. So this is UV wire or UV tiers to use. Why am I starving? Do I have like some kind of food? It's because I've been running all over the place, I'm pretty sure. Thank you. So you get painted green. There we go. Okay, and then I would break you. Break you. Break you. Replace you with that one because this one is no longer connected to anything else. And target hatch. Like that. There we go. So with that, that means this super long wire coming all the way from over there is actually connected to our new power system. Right over here. It's such a mess, but you know what? It works, it works. Don't complain about it. And then we move the power down like that, and it connects to the blast furnace one over there, and then we send the power over here, which powers the rest of our base. Yeah. And this also means I can disconnect you and you, because the only purpose this was doing was just powering the rest of the base. But now that that's no longer needed, I can salvage this for parts. Drink water. I can also get that, but it's gonna shut off some machines, and you know what? You're just gonna stay there forever, so don't worry about it. And then we can take these for parts, and we can put those to good use somewhere there, or somewhere else down the road. There we go. Okay, so that solves our biggest issue, was actually dealing with the amount of power that I wanted to send to the new machines, because before they were only getting power from that one NAC reactor, which is not bad, but it's only like 140 million, and that can't do much at all. So now that I've replaced that, that basically means that every single transformer here is going to have 16,384 amps. Now, the annoying thing is going to happen when I have to upgrade the backbone. Change it from 16,384 UV amps. That's going to be annoying, but right now the throughput is, what do you call it? 8.5 billion, which we're not going to reach that for a while, I don't think. I mean, we technically could just add a bunch of... I mean, you technically could just throw that same laser hatch on a blast furnace and let it just run forever like that, right? Yeah, you can totally do that. Anyways, we're going to do move. Actually, set mode, move. I'm going to bring this over here. So which one's the quantum processor? EV circuit, that's right. So I think this is another one that we can totally upgrade. Empty quantum processor port, what? That's a new thing. Okay, so that's the EV circuit. And then, I mean, there's still a lot more circuits that we can craft. But the most important ones are those. All the other ones are like super cheap, and I'm pretty sure they're still made in the original circuit thing, and I can just move them later. Or what I can do is set up an area for the circuit ass lines for every single tiered circuit that we can craft using them. Yeah. This might be a good spot, or somewhere with a lot of space. So right here is probably a really good spot. I'm down. Let's do this here. So, want to see what is craftable. So quantum circuits, things like this one is would be pretty good. So I want to make here circuit ass line. Make you. I'm not used to how the circuits look in vanilla texture, so bear with me. So U, and let's go up actually. So EV circuit is probably the first one. Maybe even HV circuits, right? So this one isn't a circuit ass line as well. Basically all of them are, right? Yeah. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just commit to it. So I think even as low as UOV circuits. Is that really the only thing that you can make out of them? Vacuum tubes, NAND chips. Oh, here it is. So NAND chip arrays would be UOV. And this is the one you use to make all the other fun stuff like NAND chips, UOV circuit. Okay, sure. And then I think it's microprocessor, right? That's the best one. So that would be another circuit ass line. There you go. And then MV circuit. I never really see myself crafting these, but we might as well. There we go. Integrated processor. And we keep going. I just want to plan out how many of these circuit ass lines I'm going to need just to build these circuits. There's that one. HV and then EV. Quantum processor. Then EV to IV. Just like that. And then IV to LUV. I may not be able to craft all of these different things, but I'm still going to bookmark them because I can totally use other recipes for that, make it cheaper. So LUV, and then that is DPM is next. So wrap of living biochips. Technically, I can do this now, but that doesn't seem very fun. Never mind. No. So this is an example. We're not doing that yet, but we can totally do this recipe here. That's a little cheaper. That's very much cheaper, actually. Wow. Okay. UV. So we can start using. Oh, that's actually very much faster. Okay, optical circuits. Or optical components, yeah. DPM, UV, and then UHV. At some point, you don't really craft them in. Yeah, you don't really craft them anymore, right? At least in circuit ass lines. Yeah, you don't. Exotic processor, you don't really make this. Yeah, no, optical assemblies are probably the best UHV circuits you can make. But this is not even in a circuit ass line. And then something like UEV circuits, I don't think you craft those either. No. Okay, and then what about UEV? UEV circuits are the same thing. Yeah, you don't really craft those. But what about the next tier? That is optical supercomputer. Okay, so this is how many we want. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is 9 tiers. Let me double check. Oh, okay, hang on. I updated my pack and I forgot that it doesn't save all of the what do you call it? Some of the textures. I like semi-transparent for this. Oh, I might have to update my quest book, right? View mode. I guess we'll see. Actually, I should probably update my quest book. What is it better? I guess I don't have the permissions to do that. I'll do that off camera. Okay. So tier 0 technically is UOV. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is the numbers right there? So 8 plus 1 is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. So what else can we craft with these circuit ass lines? probably some other things like forestry things. I don't really care about those. Railcraft things, I don't really care about those either. All this other stuff can probably just stay with. Yeah. I mean, you can craft the inefficient circuits also if you really wanted to, but I don't know why you would. So it looks like all I really care about is all the processors. Unless I'm missing something here. Oh, things like that. Yeah, like a high energy flow circuit. Oh wow. Okay, that would be an option too. But I think for things like this, failed to save world, no space left on the device. Oh, I didn't delete my my old backups. I forgot. Let me delete those real quick. Give me a second. Probably gonna destroy my base. It's because whenever I update the pack, I always forget to delete the last one. So let me do. I think it's rm-r 0. Yes. Okay. I think we're good. It would be so funny if I crippled my entire world and just deleted it just like that. I don't even know if there's a way to recover from that. Okay, but there's totally things that I can use. Like other things I can craft with the circuit ass line. So things like those energy flow circuits, but I'm not really gonna worry about those, I think. This would be, I can't tell. They all look the same. I think it's something like flow, right? Yeah, this one would be one of them. I mean, I think I might as well do it. Infinite space-time energy boundary casing. I do use a lot of active transformers, right? Yeah. Yeah, just prepare for it ahead of time. Okay. And what else? What else can we do with the circuit ass lines? Just look for something else that can be crafted here. It doesn't look like it really. I'm gonna hold on to 10 of them. Okay. And we're gonna plan for an area that will be big enough for me to add everything. It might even be back here. This looks like a really big area. And my idea is to have 4 of each. So it's gonna be a big craft. Big setup here. I'm not gonna tear any of this down because it's gonna break everything, let's be honest. And I'd rather it not. So each one is gonna look like this, where it is a 3x3. And they are all separated in a grid. Okay, so we can do that with qubits here. So what I'm looking for, the way to do all of it. Changing. This technically would be like the very first machine spam that I do. So I'm looking for 10 of them, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 quarter. And I guess we'll see if I actually did it correctly. So like that. So this is machine 1. I will put it right over here. Machine 2 be right there. And the matter manipulator is going to be so good for us. I lost count. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That one. 10. I actually got it pretty close. U would be Aegon. And then I would copy this 10 times over. Or 4 times over, because I just want 4 of each for now. And if I need more, pile it up, right? Okay, mark copy. U. And mark paste. So this would be 1, 2, 3. Then mark. Okay, so this is going to be a grid of 40 circuit ass lines. Oh yeah. And wiring these things is going to be pretty much fun. But this is an example, because usually what I would do is like I would not put any machines behind this one, because this one dictated the furthest machine. So I have to follow here, but no longer. I'm just going to add machines where I think they would fit. I think it'll speed up the playthrough. So, circuit ass lines. Give me 40 of them. That's going to be an expensive craft, honestly. Well, not really. It looks expensive, but most of it's just LUV parts, and those aren't too bad. Yeah, everything else seems like it's okay, so we'll wait a little bit for this. But we do need a couple of other things. So, I think what they're all going to have is, of course, maintenance hatches. So maintenance hatches are going to be one of those things I may have to actually craft. I forgot to craft this. I told myself I was going to craft them off camera, but nope, I forgot. How bad is this? Are these? Probably not too bad. You know what? For now, I'm going to set up just one of each. And then as we get more resources, we'll start adding them. So I'm going to need 6 of you. And then the circuit. Yeah, 10 of you. Just one for now. Because another bottleneck that we're going to face whenever we're doing this. Their craft. Missing raw crystal chips again. That's what I'm trying to fix. There we go. Okay, so one of the first things that I was thinking about why we can't craft all 4 of them is because each one is going to have UHV energy hatches, and those are expensive. We only have 20, so I'm going to stick with 10. We're going to build just 10 of them for now. So another reason I wanted to do this was to not have to use crystal chips anymore, because the wetware processors here, they start using these living crystal chips, and I'm pretty sure you can get away without using those. Yeah, you can change to these. I'm not going to say that. You can change to these. And we do passively craft this as well. So that would mean we don't really have to use those crystal chips as much. That's just something I was thinking about. Yeah, because it is a big bottleneck of ours. It's I mean, we can craft things quickly. The circuits, like they're not slow. It's 16 every 7 seconds, right? But Off camera, we don't notice it, but on camera, we definitely notice that this stuff is low, like 16 every 45 seconds. Now we need tons of it. So circuit ass lines is definitely one of the first things I have to upgrade. So what I'm going to do, I think, is build a model. I'm going to build a model. And then I don't think there's any of them that, yeah, because once you imprint it, you can't do anything with this anymore. Oh, you can. Oh, you totally could. Okay, I'm going to build a model. And then we start copying, pasting all over. So we'll build the model over here. So that each one looks exactly the same. Maintenance hatch. Thank you. You would go right there. And then, is there a way I can build this? Okay, so I want this to be here, tier 6, and then glass. You can, I don't think it matters, right? The glass doesn't matter. No, it does not. It can be any glass. So make use of, it has to be EV up. That one. Okay. Glass 18, GT, no hatch, 1. There we go. Oh, and you have to have 5. That's 6 of them. So glass 18, GT no hatch, 1. Like that. And then they can stack, and there we go. Okay. What are you talking about? Oh, we need, I should craft something. So circuit ass line, you need what? I need you, a bunch of you, and I guess that's it. So assembly line casings, make 7 of you. Not too expensive. And I remember like the very first time we played, these assembly line casings were atrocious. And now they're like, I can just craft them. Basically kind of instantly. Pretty good stuff. There we go. Why are you putting crafting input buses there? No, don't do that. That's funny. You don't need that expensive stuff, but you do need output buses. So I'm gonna put you one right there. Actually, how do I have it set up over here? It is gonna be a little simple, or a little similar, I should say. It goes like that. Okay. So, do these do parallels? If they don't, then it doesn't matter. If I use things like a stocking buses or advanced stocking buses. I guess one way to find out is to look at one of the ones I have placed down, like this one over here. It does do batch mode. But it doesn't do parallels. So I don't know if I'm going to worry about parallels. Instead, just set it up with one at a time. I don't know. Does it tell me somewhere in the quest book? Circuit assembly line. Yes. You have one for every circuit you type you want to make. You can change out the hatches and buses for better ones, but you still need to keep. For now, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to stick with just the classic UOV ones, I think. Pretty much like the whole reason why I'm doing the whole batch at a time, anyways. We'll just do that. Boop, 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 just like that. And then you need an input hatch. Now, what did I give you? I think you only need one fluid, right? Yep. Hmm. I might as well use UHV ones, right? Why wouldn't I? Or I can use stocking input hatch and just set each one to whatever fluid that they all use. It looks like they all use Indoloy anyways. That's another option. Or just use a thick one of these guys. Yeah. We'll use UV because I have these on craft. What do you mean you don't work? But bus works like that. You're good to go, aren't you? Oh, energy hatch. So each one is going to have an energy hatch. Where do I put the energy hatch on these guys? Obviously on the bottom would work. But exactly where, I don't know. Right there. But can I put it there? I might be able to put it on the back so that I can separate the things a little easier. Just watch this. So, oh, hang on, let me exchange, select you, and I want to replace Aegon or air. Aegon. Oh man, such a good tool. Matter manipulator overpowered. So each one is going to have a UEV energy hatch because we might as well start giving everything UEV. Okay, that noise means it has built. Okay. And because this is our model, I do want to clear the circuit. There we go. Oops, wrong one. Right there. Okay. So each one is going to have input bus, yep, and then an output bus like that. Can I put that here? I don't know. How do I build this thing? Because I think it's only in the center you can put this thing, right? Output bus as specified on final slides on layer 1. Yeah, you can only put them in the middle. Okay. So what I'm going to do is point it upwards and use like wireless connectors to connect to the top of that. Yeah. Okay. So each one is going to have a storage bus, a whole bunch of them, and a fluid storage bus. that. Right there. And like that. And then prioritize everything. So prior to priority 0, priority -1, and we keep going down. -2, -3, 4, and 5. And then this one doesn't really matter. And then connect each of them to a light blue cable. Like that. Yes. Okay, and I'll worry about connecting that later on. Hey, Entropod. What's up? I can honestly, to make things even more clean, I can connect it up here. Yeah. Watch this. So I am learning to start spamming things. It's not going to be like a clean or anything because I'm only learning how to do stuff. But one of the first things I'm trying to upgrade is our circuit crafting because it's a big bottleneck we have. Trying to craft more circuits. So I'm building a model and I'm going to copy paste it. Right now I'm going to have 40 of these things. So I figured that I would need 10 different recipes so far. This is just the start, of course. And then 4 each of those. So I'm going to start with 40. And this is really more like a just to try it out sort of thing. For now, I'm only going to build 10 of them though, because how do I say it? They're going to be they're expensive right now because we need a lot of UEV energy hatches because each one is going to have UEV and maintenance hatches, and we can't really craft that. I mean, we can, but it takes a while. It's an overnight craft. Also, why I want to do this, I want to be able to craft things on camera instead of kind of relying on everything to work off camera. I don't know, I'm just thinking about it. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Hey, Anthropod, while you're here, I know you're end game enjoyer here. Let's say I have an interface. Right. So of course this is how the setup is gonna look like. The whole interface kissing thing. If I put a recipe here, but it's blocked, does the AE2, is it smart enough to try to put it into another machine with the same recipe? Is it smart enough to do that, or is it only going to stay on one interface? Like, what happens if I do this, but there's multiple interfaces that have the same recipe? Because I'm going to have 4 of each. Or is it going to be like, oh, I can't put anything in there and it gets stuck forever? I don't know. This is something I've never really dealt with in AE2 because I've always done one machine does everything. Oh, I'm aware of the blocking card. So assuming that I have everything blocked out and... Yeah, assuming I have everything blocked out, is the AE2 smart enough to like tell it, hey, you don't fit here, but you fit over on this machine, so go ahead and put it there. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I guess because I know another option is there's like the dual interface. Yeah, that's the one I was about to bring up. Okay, so let's try learning about that then. Is there like a quest that tells me how to do how it works? And you know what? 10 is probably good. So I have to connect this first and we'll play with it. It's a little tricky Because it's really my first time doing like parallel stuff. They're basically the same, but for an interface you gotta duplicate. Oh, okay. So if I just put one big recipe on the dual interface P2P, it'll just spread them out by like that. Otherwise, I have to put a recipe into each one. Is that what you're saying? Okay. I'm going to stick with the dual P2P stuff so that I can learn how it works. How about that? But for sure, this is still what's needed, right? Dual interface into another dual interface with the blocking card. Yeah, we'll try to learn the P2P stuff. And this works out because I think I would have like 32 channels for each one. I don't know. Let me set this up and then we'll play with it. It's going to look a little bit complicated, but you know what? That's okay. That's part of the fun, right? Okay, so this first one, we will... So I have to put the patterns into here. Hang on. Now I'm confused with this. So how many dual interfaces on the main network do I need to do this? So this would be a P2P. The dual interface P2P, right? Not a normal interface. Okay, let me see if I understand this. So if so I would have the pattern like this, right? Pretend this is my mainnet. I would have the pattern, the interface right here, and then the P2P, and then another P2P right here, the output. Is that how it works? To me, I would imagine that's how it works. Because it's technically point to point, right? So you would only have the pattern on one interface. I trust. P2P goes in place of outer dual interface. What? What? So I need two P2Ps, right? That's pretty much what I'm imagining. It would just go, it'll be like, so this is what I'm thinking. Have that. Am I able to change it with the memory card? Where's my memory card? Yes. Cannot change P2P type without 1x P2P tunnel ME2 interface. What are you talking about? What does that mean? There are two of them? Fake crafting card, what the heck? Oh, you can't set them like this? Oh, okay, sure. I want to see how this works. Just bear with me, I'm pretty slow when it comes to learning new things. But trust me, once I get it going, oh man. Oh, I can use those too, okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna place this down, see what it does. Let's put it to power, with actual power, so let's see what it actually is. I would use this. Oh. Oh, okay. So it understands patterns. So I would put a pattern here, but then put the other P2P right here. So do I need one P2P or two P2Ps? Let me set up a recipe for these. This is fun. This is fun. It works like a regular interface, but when you link it all output. Okay, so you do need two P2P dual interfaces. You need dual P2P dual interfaces, man. It's getting confusing. The space right there for that one. I think I'm starting to get it. Okay, so it does work like a regular interface. That makes things a lot easier, actually. No, that's not really gonna work, actually. Hang on, watch this. So I would put you right there. Oh, it's because what I'm trying to also do is figure out a way to power this thing. Wait. So where does this point to? I'm so confused. So do I need a regular interface pointing into it? Hang on. You don't need two if you only have one machine. Okay, so what I'm trying to do at some point is expand it. So I'm trying to get it working with the expansion, because at some point I'm going to have 4 of them, 4 copies of each of these things. A mock network and try. So confused. Is there a quest for this? You. Oh, thanks. Allows for parallelization of a single interface. Okay, so if I link it, it just works. Oh. I think I understand what you're saying. So this is all I need. All right, I'll trust. Okay. So it just works like a regular interface, but then I can connect them to others, and then they all will share the same things. Got you. I was thinking like, oh, you had to point it here. I was thinking like, oh, you need to give it recipe somewhere else, but no. Okay. Blocking mode. Got you. Okay, sorry. I'm a little flooded, but okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to have wireless connector like this. So this one is going to have dense cable. Well, actually, for the model, I'm just trying to build the model, right? And this is pretty much it. So let me build it. So circuit ASC line. I just want to be able to set up all of these guys. So I already have all of this. U. So I need 12 times I'm just gonna put 10. Make a whole bunch of you. Reinforced glass, I can make you by the boatloads. So sure, make 10,000 because I can. Great machine casings. 30 more of them, I think. It's probably enough. Then 70. Sure. Okay. So, believe what's next is to put you. And then I'm going to have 32 channels coming off of the main network. Like that. We're not going to use up all the channels. We're going to have a couple spare, and I can use those somewhere else. But each one looks like it's going to use... There's 10 machines, right? Each one has an input and one output. That's going to be 20 channels per row. And then the 12 remaining channels can be used for other things if I decide to. But I think that's it. I think that's our model. And then we would copy paste everywhere. Believe that's it. Yeah, you have everything. You're prioritized correctly. And you have your output right there. And let's try connecting it to AE2. LGTM, what does that mean? Oh, not quartz cutting knife, get out of here. Actually, I do need you. I'm looking for wireless connector. Looks good to me. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I'm learning. After so many hours, I'm finally getting into the whole parallelization thing. I'm trying to step away from my usual way of playing, where it's like, oh, I just need one machine to do everything. No, that's not happening in a pack like this. I gotta expand how I play packs. I gotta start spamming things, and I think the circuit ass line is a good start to that. I am gonna have to work out a way to copy paste or get the imprints for all of these, but I'll do that whenever I get them set up. Right now, I just need all of this stuff crafting. You're slow. I gotta fix up your recipe. I probably have to fix your recipe, and you know what? You as well. Yeah, because you craft slow. So that's another thing I want to do pretty soon, is start using these crafting input buffers that I have and replacing the processing array. Like all of these things, and just instead cram them all into this one machine using crafting input buffers. You guys don't even know how fast it's going to speed things up. And I'll do that soon, but we need to be able to craft more of these guys. These are pretty expensive and they're slow to craft. That's part of the plan, though, is start replacing everything that has universal automation with crafting input buffers. What was I doing? Oh, fixing recipes. Bookmark it. I keep forgetting about it. You? Yeah, they did, and I'm so glad that they did. I'll show you the recipe right now. Crafting one at a time is cringe. So I think the biggest difference they did was that it needs tier 7 water instead of, I think it was space time before or something. Yeah, no, they made it cheaper, and it's so good now. I went for it as soon as I noticed that. It was space time. Ouch! I can't imagine that. Circuit 1 is circuit 1 as well. 7 times 10. Just make one. Uh-oh, it broke. Okay, thank you. What do you mean you're missing tungsten's doing it? Don't lie to me. Oh no, it's because it's a passive craft that I haven't fixed. Thank you, thank you. Okay, this should craft so much faster now because it's not stuck on crafting one at a time at the universe automation. Okay, so let's try to prepare with the copy paste. How am I gonna do that? It's just a matter manipulator. And I like this method also because I'm not actually connecting anything on the bottom except for power, so it looks cleaner. Because before, if I check out this one, all of the, it's like right here, it's like a little bit of a mess. Ew. What was I thinking? Hey, look at this. Ew. No. Now it looks a lot nicer. Okay, so mark copy. Hang on, set mode. Copying. Mark copy. Then edit transform, copy, go up. Right? Oh, like that. Okay. No. You don't have to get any of that stuff up there. I'm gonna do that by myself. That. All right, so now it's gonna copy all of you, and you should be good to go. I'm going to need a bunch of UHV input buses. Let's say 100. Sure. This is probably gonna take forever. Yeah, you are. You're crafting one at a time. Of course you are. Fix that. Hang on. Oh no, you're an old recipe. Thank you. Okay. So I need you to X64 because I can. Why not? Okay. This is circuit 1. All these old recipes. Then machine hole is blank. And then machine casing, I think, is circuit 8 right now. That's probably more than enough. And then I need a bunch of output buses. Make 10 more. More storage buses. That is definitely enough storage buses, but I need 10 more. Okay, and then we'll just hang out for a little bit. Okay, that's so much faster, right? So much faster. It was gonna take forever to craft this stuff. Oh, you're slow. This is what I'm saying. Once I get the crafting input buffers on the NES ass machine crafting, it's gonna speed everything up because then I don't have to change any of the recipes. It just does it for me. It just pushes everything it needs at the same time. Instead of just like, oh, I'll put one, craft it. Oh, I'll put one, craft it. Oh, I'm aware. I know why it's slow. I just don't fix it. We're getting close to that point though. But I'm not really a big fan of tearing down machines. I mean I am. What I'm trying to say is I'm not going to tear this down until I get the replacement, because that's just asking for so many problems, especially with all this recipes. So at some point it's going to get replaced. Okay, I think with that we're good to go. No. UV input hatches next. Yeah. That's not too expensive. Charge packs have smiley faces on them. Okay. And what else do I need for this? We have maintenance hatches. We have the ass machine casings, the glass great machine casings, and the hatches are on me. And I think that's everything. All the wires. We might need more wires, actually. Okay, sure. And I think that's it. Oh, and more of those P2P dual interfaces. Blocking cards. Definitely need some more of those. And then interfaces. A couple of you. And then I think I ran out of storage buses. No, we're good. Okay, we just gotta wait for you to craft. Oh, why are you crafting like that? See, this is an example of one that takes so long. I'm gonna cancel you and fix your recipe. It's actually right here, right? Yeah, ew. Upgrade you. There you go. I don't even remember what I was crafting. It was blocking cards, right? What was I crafting? Dual interfaces. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm excited to plug in everything here. So how am I going to plug everything in here? That's a good question. So I plan to give all of these things UEV power. So how much power do I need though? There's going to be 40 of them in here, so I think it's just smart to plan for a 64 amp dynamo hatch. Can't craft any of those. This might be a little expensive though. And these guys don't accept lasers, but even then, it's going to be a nightmare to set up that many transformers. So don't do that. So I think a 64 amp dynamo hatch connected from that guy over there, and then bring the powers over bring the power over here. I think is probably the best bet. Yeah, let's do it. 64 amp dynamo hatch. This is going to be a little pricey, but it's okay. You have to be in the up tier ass machine though, because you're UEV power, and I still haven't put the UEV energy hatch on the main guy. I'll get to that at some point. Dynamo hatch. This one, I'm pretty sure that's an ass line process. Yup. You go in the up tier one. Ass line up tier. Right there. And then I'm pretty sure I need to research for it. So UHV Dynamo Hatch, craft one of you. Yeah, they added a lot of things. There's also so many buttons here that I don't know what any of them do, and I'm scared to touch them, so I'm not going to touch them. Hello, Fracky. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and craft or try to craft the UHV dynamo hatch just to get it going, because I would like it ready for us whenever we get the setup. So bending machine circuit 1. There you go. Come on, still superconductor base rod like that. Forge hammer. I'm gonna choose this one. Solidifier, I think. Mostly to future proof, because I'm pretty sure at some point you want to do that anyways. And let's increase your craft to 8 of them. That's how much you need for one of that. And then you would be fluid extracting that. Just like that. Just finished watching the movie Old Boy. I don't know about that movie, actually. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to movies, I'm going to admit. I could definitely watch more movies, though. I think my main issue with watching movies is because I use my parents' Netflix account, but I don't live at home. So every time I log in to Netflix, it's like, oh, you're not in the same household. And I'm like, I don't want to ask my parents for the password, so I just stop. So I'm like, oh, I guess I'll watch YouTube because it doesn't lock me out. I guess that's why I don't really watch movies, is because I don't have like a free way to do that. I'll allow that. Greek tragedy, Oedipus. Why does that sound familiar? Oedipus. Is that the one with the mother? I don't know my stories. It's been a while. Yes, okay. We have the dynamo hatch ready. Oh, I guess not ready. It's almost crafted, yeah. Hurry up. Slow as heck. Oh, this guy's gonna be a little expensive. Dynamo hatch. Yeah, you got some progress to do. Okay, but we have dynamo hatch, and I can study that. Put that over here. Man, it's been a while since I watched the movie. Now that I think about it. Okay, let me get the research started, and I will let you know. Okay, so right now, there's a lot of stuff on the bookmarks, but it's not as complicated as it is. It's just have the recipe saved. So this is my train of thought. Expensive is 40 energy hatches. It's a time expensive. That's what I'm saying. It's time expensive, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not even making celestial tungsten the right way. But anyways, so the big goal I want to accomplish is getting the UHV capacitor. So this is something we can build, but the amount of buffer it needs, especially the rock crystal chip parts, as well as like the sheer amount of time it's going to take to craft all of this stuff, it's going to take a while. So what I'm doing is focusing on ways to reduce the cost of this. And in the meantime, a lot of other things are going to speed up by accident because I'm doing this. So one of the first things I'm upgrading is adding circuit ass lines, but not just one, 40 of them. And I figured that there's 10 recipes that I want to use, that I want to set up, and I'm going to have 4 of them for now. And of course, there's always room for more if I ever need them, but we'll stick with 40 just for now. So to power all of these, they are all going to have UHV power. So how am I going to get UHV power over here? 64 amp dynamo hatch right over here. So that's what I'm building right now. So I'm researching it, and then we're going to construct it. I have not, and that's probably one thing I really should go for because it's going to reduce the cost of like a lot of the wafers. So, for example, if I try to craft I'm aware of it. I just haven't looked into it, but I am aware of it. So things like this, 1.1 million ASOCs. I don't know, which means 300. I'm just gonna round up 300,000 ASOC wafers, right? So I can either make them here, the cringe method, or target chamber, which is a beamline. So beamline sounds pretty good too. So this would definitely make it cheaper because even just at a bare minimum, an aqua doped wafer, right? 1 makes 32, and I'm pretty sure in the laser engraver, 1 makes 1. That's a huge difference. Crazy difference. But it is very expensive. I don't know how to do this, but this is probably something I'm going to build before I get to the capacitor because that's like a big amount of crafting is how much of these wafers I need. It's not just those, it's a bunch of others too. Like HPIC wafers as well. Yeah. No, I don't think it's cheap. Nothing's cheap at this point. But we're trying to upgrade as we go. There's always something to improve. And I've realized that it's been a while since I've like done something to reduce costs. Like I've really all I've been doing lately is just making expensive things. I haven't really focused on making things cheaper. Another good example is the PCB factory. It's still tier 1, and I can probably make tier 2 at this point. I can definitely make tier 2 because we have Infinity, a good source of it. That's exactly what I'm doing. So that was the train of thought that led me to the circuit ass line. And the big reason is because of the LUV circuits. So the recipe I'm using right now is this one. I don't even have optical components. Like, what am I doing? I'm using the first one. I know I'm not supposed to use it. I can upgrade to this one, which doesn't need them. And that's really the main reason why I need them. So when I upgrade the circuits, I'm also going to upgrade the recipe to use the cheaper one. And then I was like, you know what? I was starting off with this one. I can just upgrade this, the current ones we have. And I'm like, now we're spamming. Might as well. Okay, so this man is going to craft. He's going to take a while because those ingots take a while to cool down. So I'll let it go. But I think everything else is ready to copy paste. I would just do mark paste. Here we go. Now go up. Like that, right? Nope. Tell you what. Let me get a piece of qubit and a piece of agon. And put one there so it's easy for me to actually place it down. Stop going back there. Could not find circuit ass line. Print imprinted none. What? You have 10 of them. Oh, yeah, that's fine. I can place those manually. Oh man, here we go. We're spamming now. Oh, I messed it up already. Getting all ripped apart. Hang on. Oh yeah, our first UEV energy hatch. Even though I've made 20 of them already. There's probably so many achievements that I haven't completed because I just never pick up the stuff. And honestly, whoever completes pick up the stuff? Yes, I do, but I was just complaining that how come it told me And it's telling me it's skipping none imprint for whatever reason. It's like, what? But I have 10 of those in here. I guess they're considered different items as soon as you place it down, which is kind of funny. Yeah, once I set it up, I'll get the circuits going. And my server's struggling every time I place one of these things down. What's so cool about the matter manipulator, it also copies like the contents of things. Like look, it even keeps the priorities. Like what the heck? It's too good. It keeps the fact that it has a blocking card. You know, everything here. It's so strong. Love it. And then I want 4 more of these, like 4 more rows. I can do that. I just copy the whole thing and then just copy, paste it right there, man. But we can't do that because it's expensive. It's mostly expensive because of the maintenance hatches and the UHV energy hatches. I built 160 component ass line. Component? You talking about these big dudes? This one? You need that many? Oh, the Ring of Loki, isn't that just matter manipulator, the one we have at home? You're missing great machine casings, hang on. Oh, cows. Coals is component ass line, right? COL. GTNAs try not to give something a weird abbreviation challenge impossible. You're still crafting? I mean, it's crafting the dynamo hatch at least. It is crafting, right? It didn't get stuck. Oh, it's crafting. It's just a slow craft. He's going. He's going. Okay, great machine casings. Okay, they're done. Paste. Oh man, and now we have 10 circuit ass lines. Healing axe. What? What are you talking about? Don't have nano. What is that? Personal healing nano booster. What? And restore HP hunger. How long has this been a thing? Doesn't look too expensive either. Golden apple is funny. Okay, we'll craft it. This seems pretty useful actually. I didn't know that was a thing. S line, but better. We'll put it. I don't even know where to put this. We'll put it in the up tier. The up tier one is the one that has UHV power. All the other ones are at UHV because I haven't upgraded them yet. No stacking, right? No. And then I do have to research it, so I need a golden apple for this. I don't know why I have one, but don't complain. That's actually going to help me a lot whenever I'm running around like crazy. Because sometimes I forget to fly. So your hunger doesn't really go down when you fly, but when you're on the floor and you run, yes, your hunger goes down. which makes no sense, but that's how it works. And there we go. And then we craft this man. Oh, okay, here we go. 3,000 other recipes. Oh no. Oh, you're gonna make me do this, right? No. Up tier, S line. Right there, and then I need to research the thing. This one is containment unit. No, don't. Alright, tell you what, Anthropod, this is an off-camera thing. It's not that big of a problem, the healing axe thing, because I rarely have to eat. It's really only a problem whenever I'm on the floor and I run like this. Otherwise, it doesn't really have a problem. But thanks for reminding me. Let me bookmark it, actually, before I forget. Okay. So I won't forget about it. That's an off-camera thing, though. But thank you. That's actually really good info. I didn't know that. I did not know that was a thing. Does it even talk about it in the quest book? Oh, it totally does. I totally ignored it also. Which does remind me, I'm so glad that I upgraded our wireless charger to the max. It's where even are you? You're over here, this one, yeah. I built this last episode actually. It's so good. Now my stuff is fully charged because I was using an IV one for the longest time, and the matter manipulator would actually get uncharged because I was using more power than I can generate or charge it. So I was always like setting up big things and then it would just freeze. But no longer is that an issue. Okay, so we have 10 of these men. Just like that, yes. Mans. And then we would put circuit ass line into each one. But of course, it doesn't really work until you give them the imprint, so I have to do that. It's thinking. It's not thinking, okay. Yeah. Oh, you're about to tell me something that I had no idea existed that I should have had for the longest time. All my tools are neutronium, at least the ones that, like, whenever they're about to break, I just replace them with a neutronium one. Because I can, I might as well. I haven't even used power tools. I still have like a wrought iron, soldering iron too, but we don't really use this in this toolbox as much anymore because we have auto taping. Neutronium crowbar. Yeah, I'm using shadow metal for the most part, but whenever one of my tools breaks, I switch it to neutronium. But these guys have a lot of durability, so it's whatever. Imagine dropping it, right? You're never picking the thing back up. Yeah, they don't really talk about how insanely strong Minecraft Steve is, because isn't neutronium like isn't it like a neutron star? Because a spoonful of it is like enough to cause a black hole or something like that. I don't know. Okay, we need to figure out a way to, like, what am I gonna give everything? That's a good question, and I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna need a lot of these circuit whatevers. How do I do this? I need exquisite preciolite, right? I need can I not craft this? Bartworks ore. Ross 128 BA. We have Preciolite. I just have to make it into that one. Hang on. Let me see how to do this. Can I copy this? Does it consume the circuit, or do I just have to make one? So if I craft it like this, does it consume the circuit? I'm curious. One way to find out, right? So I'm gonna make one of those circuit imprint things. And then I need sliced circuit. So I'm gonna have to visit the cutting machine there. But it crafts something like lower T. What do you mean? Going to need the slicer blade. Where's my cutting machine? I have a dual cutting machine over here, actually. Yeah. I upgraded my cutting machine, and now it's 4 of them. You know what? You're gonna have an input bus just to help me out. Just don't forget to put it back, because it'll absolutely get stuck. Okay, so I need NAND chip arrays. Preferably 4 of them, but I'm curious if it actually consumes it. So I'm going to try with just one of them. You do work, right? Oh. Hello? Oh. Cutting. Did I break it? I totally broke it. No, you should be slicing mode. How come it didn't work? You do go in the cutting machine with the slicer blade flat, unless I need to put you in the controller or something. Hello? Okay, why doesn't this work? Which one? I bet it's a separation mode, no? Why it's broke? Why is it broken? Why are you broke? What are you doing? Is that the right thing? I can make cheese. I didn't know that. Cutting machine. Oh yeah, you should work. Why aren't you working? Maybe if I turn it off and on again, it'll work. Okay, what if it's just a broken recipe? What if another circuit type works, like let's say microprocessors? Sir, why don't you work? I kind of need you to work. What? You think it has something to do with the fluids in here? It may also be because of the docking input buses on the bottom. Let me try something. No, I don't think the fluids shouldn't matter because it wasn't like that before. I want to give those fluids back. Flocculated water, temperature water. I can also upgrade that, but I am not going to worry about it because I don't know. So I should be able to give you these items. So advanced docking input bus I can give. And then you. You have the slicer blade and the chip. Oh, okay. I guess it was because it had 2 input buses. I didn't know what to do. Oh, sure. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. All right, I'm gonna craft it, and I just want to see if it actually deletes, if I can reuse the circuit imprint, or if I have to craft one for each one. It totally eats it. Okay, so I need at least 4 per each. Because the plan is to have 4 of them at some point. Over here, yeah. Okay. So, and I need another one of you, please. Okay. And then I would need microprocessors. I would need a bunch of you. I know they're so cheap, but we might as well make them even cheaper. I'm pretty sure you're going to need these in the millions at some point, right? I would not doubt that. Okay, there we go. There's some microprocessors, and then we keep going. Integrated processors are next. Do you really need 4 for NAND chips? I mean, I'm just following a pattern. I don't think I need 4 for NAND chips. But I'm just following the pattern. And it keeps things symmetrical, I think. I honestly don't think we need that many for like the earlier circuits. Anything past LUV. LUV and on is probably what you need to mass produce. But I'm just following the pattern. For nanoprocessors, yeah. I know I use HV circuits, tons of them for a lot of the AE2 components and plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So I think it's just a good idea to have them. You need millions of those. Only? It's funny as I'm going up, you see. I don't know if you noticed, but I have more circuits of the expensive ones as we go up. Because I keep crafting all the UV ones in bulk at the end of each episode. I need these for the active transformers, I noticed, so I went ahead and I'm just gonna account for those too. Use these for a whole bunch of stuff. So I might as well set it up now. I guess that's going to be a slower craft. So while those are crafting, we can make a bunch of these imprints. Don't put away the healing thing because I'm trying to remember about it. Imprint boards. I think I can just make like one at a time though because it tries to. And we'll just try to make a whole bunch of them. Only got one that time, right? This is a chance output, so I think I'm just going to like make 100. Nope, raw imprint. At this point, I have to make. Okay. Set up patterns for everything. That is forming press blank. Just want 100. And there, okay, thank you. Okay, cool. Those are done. Thank you. We're going to stick with 4 for now. I had like 80, 40, 20, 10 for my circuits. Maybe 3 for nano and the rest were 1 for each. Oh, you really didn't need that much then. I'm still going to build it. But I think when I really expand it, yeah, I probably won't. I just want to follow the pattern. And then after that, I'm going to be spamming way more. No matter how we look at it, we're going to be spamming so much stuff. Okay, so this should be good to go. I can put this back to cutting mode and then take out the slicer so that I don't forget about it. And that guy should be set up back to normal. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't, and that's the cool thing about being kind of. Am I mid to late game? I don't know what I'm gonna need yet. Like I'm only focused on what I need right now, which is the UHV capacitor. So I can tell, like, wait, I need a lot of stuff. So that's what I'm working on. But yeah, it can go a long way. Optical is a nuisance, I imagine. The imprints supporting boards are weird because they're a chance output, and I think I messed up the recipe. Yeah, okay. So I just need to give this a bunch of soldering. What? Make me 1,000,000. How much are you crafting at a time? Oh, you're a slow crafter. That's probably enough for now, actually. Okay. That's probably more than enough, right? Yeah, I'm gonna trust that that's enough. Oh, yeah, we can actually put more. Okay, sure. Yeah, that's probably more than enough. And then we need the press. I can't pronounce it. The presso whatever. Exquisite. Is that the only thing you can? Only way to make it? Yes. Okay. So we need this stuff, which is little weird. I can get it in ROS 128BA, so I can always set up a void miner there if I really need it. But we have a lot of this stuff. Yeah, so turn that into flawless, I think, and electric implosion compressor, and just keep moving up. And then 2 exquisite. So for now, I just want 220 of them is okay. Sure. Okay, they finished. They finished pretty quick, actually. All right, let's go back over there and get this stuff going. So this first one, NAND chip array is already done, and then the next one I'm just gonna follow this list is microprocessor. We'll just do one at a time for now. Okay. Then integrated processor. What do you mean missing imprint? I have it like right there. Oh, I didn't upgrade it, right? I didn't craft it. True. Thank you. There we go. Okay. And you know what? We have a couple of circuit ass lines. I think you can change them. Or it said you can only imprint it once. Can you really not craft it with another one? I don't know. Let's try it. We need the nano one next. Oh, yeah. Can't really do anything with those. Okay. Okay. And next up is quantum processor. Yeah, you can't change them. I was just curious because the recipe says that you can. Oh, I guess you can't. Well, I don't know. Actually, yeah, it says you can, unless it's only for empty ones, like blank ones. That's probably what it is. Quantum processor. Next up is crystal processor. Trying to do this slow so I don't make the repeats. Crystal processor, and then you are wetware. Such a funny name for a circuit. And then you are BioWare. And BioWare assembly. Is that how I'm saying BioWare or BioWare? Can you really tell the difference? Aware assembly. Uh-huh. Now you got me questioning myself. Okay, these guys are set up. And then I would connect this whatever over there, cables. So select you. Then we go all the way over here. Okay, so this should be 20 channels, right? Yes, and that's okay. That's all I really am concerned with. Okay, so everything has power. And then the dynamo hatch is finished, so I can actually plug everything in now. No, not UV. You're looking for UEV. Thank you. Quest? No. And because we're rich, infinity wire for everything. Give me 100 more. I mean, we're not really rich, but we might as well use infinity wire. Because miss me with crafting UEV superconductors. That's a little cringe. I just have to make sure that there's no crossed wires. That's really it. So, what is a good way to power this? I'm just gonna come off of here, I think. There, and then we go. Yeah, it's gonna look like a mess, but you know what? This whole basement's a mess. It's okay. That's the whole point of a basement, right? Yeah, infinity wire is just good. Oh, like I don't see anything wrong with using infinity wire. How much throughput are you? 500 million. That's fine. We're pushing 8 billion through this thing anyways. Yeah, it's just better and cheaper. So why wouldn't you use infinity wire at this point? But again, you have to make sure that it's the correct color, and I use color coding for that. Okay, so how am I going to power this thing? That's a very good question. Or how am I going to connect this? It's going to branch off of here. And we want to put the power where? Like right here, right? No, don't. Well, should you come off of here? Yeah, tell you what. Break you and then flip you over this way. Yeah, we have a couple of infinity wire colored all over the place. It does look kind of funny. We're gonna come off of here instead, and then that's right. Then you would come off that. Go into up there. Then go all the way across. Oh, this is gonna look so funny. And at this point, just kinda manually is probably better off at this point. Connect you like that. And then start connecting everything. Oh, what's OP? And just casually like you know, you got wires made from like something to do with like a star, and I'm here snipping it with wire cutters. I spent days laying those wires, right? It's so good. Just make sure they're all UEV energy hatches before I go blowing up my entire base. I will not cross different tiered wires. You just have to make sure it matches at the source. So 64 should be enough power for 40 of them whenever I do set them up. I think that's good to go. One last check. UEV 64 amp dynamo. And infinity wire has so much throughput that I don't see us ever reaching it. And then because the UEV, the text is purple. If I look up right here, I don't have a good example for that, but UEV energy hatch, the text is purple, so we'll use purple. That way it tells me that, hey, this is not UHV. UHV text is red, so I use red for UHV. And don't forget to shout out the infinite spray can also. It's also kind of powerful. I'm telling you, someone needs to add the feature when you put the spray can in your offhand and then you place a wire or something, it automatically paints it. That needs to be a feature. Try that. Like, I will take credit for that. It's got to. That'll be so helpful. And it makes sense, right? Have it in your offhand. You place something like a pipe or whatever, anything really that can be painted, and it paints automatically. That'd be so cool. I don't even know if it works offhand. It doesn't even work in the offhand. Oh no, I think it did. Okay, so we got a bunch of wires. Everything is powered, and I think at this point we can start seeing if it works, right? So right now they're only going to have like one pattern, right? And that's fine. So even if it's unlinked, it should work, right? I'm gonna try it. So NAND chip arrays is the first recipe we have to pattern. First of all, take it out of here. Get out of there. You're getting upgraded. We're going to use the most expensive one that we can do. A wrap of those and a wrap of simple socks. It sounds funny. I just want to see it working. Hello? Did it break already? Oh, it worked so fast I didn't even see it. Okay, that's good. That's always a good thing to see. I mean, it's always a good thing to not see. It works so fast you don't even see the thing. Upgrade this recipe to use this one. I'm gonna trust that it works. Well, no, I shouldn't, because each one is gonna have problems with missing wraps mostly. I may need to set up this. So this is another thing. I'm gonna have the crafting input buffers do stuff like this pretty soon. So that's why I'm not really worrying about upgrading them like this, because it'll get fixed over there. Wire mill 4? Yeah, wire mill 4. Oh no. I'm just gonna trust that it works. Actually, where did I put it? Put it over here, right? Yeah, I'm just making sure. Oh yeah, okay, that's actually pretty quick. All right, and we just go down the list until everything is fixed. So, nano processors are no. MV is next. Yep. You know what? I might need to rename everything. I'll do that off camera though. Lots of off camera things that I want to work on. Annealed copper bolt. We make bolts in the. I guess you can't make it in fluid solidifier. That's interesting. Okay, there's no annealed copper fluid, right? Good thing we have space right there. Then 4x wire. All right, crafting this and then go for it. There we go. Okay. So this might just be a good place to wrap up because it's approaching midnight and I do have to get some rest because I have a performance tomorrow in the morning. I'm going to be playing for Worst Fest. And I'll try to make a recording. It'll be pretty fun though, but I should get some rest for that. So I mean, I'm not going to go to sleep right away. I'm going to be honest. So I'm probably going to do a couple of things like this off camera. And another thing I'm going to be doing is actually seeing if I can craft the rest of these, the 40. Because we have the space for it already, right? So I'll go ahead and get that going. And set up the patterns here, and then slowly but surely increase, like improve our setup thing. There's going to be a lot of recipes that I have to fix as well. So things like this, the wrap of living crystal chips. We don't have this at all, so I have to figure this out. But this is just laser engraver shenanigans, right? Which I don't think is too bad. Lots of off-camera things to do, but pretty good progress. We got 10 circuit ass lines going, enough space for 40 of them. But yeah, there's just a fair warning. Well, not a warning, but next couple of episodes is going to be just upgrading our infrastructure check before we move on to the UHV capacitor. And also I do have these 4 guys set up, 4 extra NAC reactors, but I'm not going to set them up until we get Mark IV fuel, which is getting pretty close. We can technically do it now, but I do want to upgrade everything else first. So we'll do that first. But I'm going to do all these recipes off camera, get them working, and then just continue with that. Next episode I will be streaming tomorrow. That will be the next episode, so keep an eye out for that. But anyways, for now, thank you for your time and support. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.